The process of integration. The inner death before dying. There comes a moment in every life when the masks no longer fit. What once protected us now exhausts us. The identities we built to survive begin to feel like prisons. This is not failure. It is the beginning of integration. Jung understood that the psyche naturally moves toward wholeness, yet the ego resists this movement. It clings to roles, approval, and certainty because these once ensured survival. The deeper self asks a different question. Not, how do I survive, but who am I beneath everything I became? Every child enters life remarkably whole. Feeling is natural. Creativity is effortless. Curiosity flows freely. Then the world begins shaping the psyche. The sensitive child hides sensitivity. The expressive child learns silence. The frightened child learns control. The abandoned child learns self-reliance. The unloved child learns performance. The criticized child learns perfection. These are not personality traits. They are survival strategies. They once protected us, but what protects the child can imprison the adult. Integration begins with an inner death. Not the death of the body, the death of the false identity, the masks, the borrowed beliefs, the inherited fears, the unconscious promises we made as children to earn love, safety, and belonging. This is why so many people experience depression, burnout, or emptiness when the old identity begins collapsing. The psyche is not trying to destroy them. It is asking them to stop living from adaptation and begin living from authenticity. The first step is observation. Become the witness. Watch your thoughts without believing everyone. Watch your emotions without becoming them. Every thought asks for awareness. Every emotion carries history. Instead of asking, how do I stop feeling this? Ask, what is this feeling trying to show me? The present often awakens the past. A criticism today may awaken the child who never felt good enough. A rejection today may awaken old abandonment. The trigger is rarely the wound. It is the doorway. The second step is honesty. Not with everyone else. With yourself. Where are you performing? Where are you seeking approval instead of truth? Where do you betray yourself just to avoid disappointing others? The unconscious loses much of its power the moment it is brought into awareness. The third step is learning to feel. Most people spend their lives escaping emotion. Through work, achievement, distraction, entertainment, rescuing others, busyness. Integration asks us to remain present. Sit quietly with the feeling. Breathe. Allow it to exist without immediately fixing it. Every emotion has a story. Listen before you try to change it. The fourth step is recognizing projection. Life continually mirrors the psyche. The qualities that trigger us often reveal material waiting to be understood within ourselves. The qualities we admire may reveal forgotten gifts asking to be reclaimed. Relationships become classrooms. Conflict becomes reflection. The question changes from, why are they doing this to me? To, what is this experience awakening within me? The fifth step is solitude. Not isolation born of fear. Solitude chosen with intention. Walk. Journal. Pray. Meditate. Sit in silence. The authentic self speaks quietly. It cannot compete with constant noise. The sixth step is self-compassion. The wounded child does not need another judge. It needs someone willing to stay. Healing begins when we stop abandoning ourselves every time difficult emotions appear. Acceptance is not giving up. It is saying, this happened. This shaped me. I will no longer leave myself because of it. Slowly the fragments begin returning. Energy once spent maintaining masks becomes available for living. The performer rests. The rescuer puts down impossible responsibility. The frightened child discovers safety within. The abandoned child discovers they were never truly alone. Integration is not becoming someone new. It is remembering the person who has patiently waited beneath every adaptation. This is why Jung called the process individuation. The goal is not perfection. The goal is wholeness. Wholeness means every part of the psyche has been welcomed back into relationship. Nothing remains exiled. Nothing remains hidden through shame. The shadow is no longer feared. It becomes understood. The inner child is no longer ignored. They become heard. The authentic self gradually takes its rightful place at the center of life. Perhaps this is the true inner death before dying. The false self slowly dissolves. The masks fall away. The borrowed identity returns to the dust from which it was built. What remains cannot be manufactured because it has always existed. Quiet, whole, present, real. The journey of integration is therefore not about creating a better version of yourself. It is about removing everything that convinced you that you had to become someone else to be worthy of love. Each moment of honesty gathers another forgotten fragment. Each act of self-compassion lights another lamp within. Each step inward brings you closer to the person you were before fear taught you to hide. The deepest transformation is rarely dramatic. It arrives quietly. Less pretending, less striving, less fear, more truth, more presence, more peace. One day you realize you are no longer living from the wounds that shaped you. You are living from the self that survived them. That is integration. That is the inner resurrection. That is the journey home.